Lee's Palace Podcast.
Where rich white people go to deal with their problems.
Yeah, pretty much. And just make a lot of bad decisions. Okay, so wife fact. My wife fact of the day is...
I'll start with mine.
Okay, give me yours.
I learned recently that through multiple threads of friends that I'm potentially a bad listener when it comes to social engagement.
That's wild. Are you serious?
Yes, I guess I am serious. I'm talking about it here.
I mean, fair enough. Do I know these people who've said this?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
You're friends with these people.
What? Oh my goodness.
But essentially, I put a lot of effort into work and listening. And when it comes to social surroundings, I have a very high threshold for conversations I care to spend time listening. This is hard facts.
Wow, that's rough.
But the problem is, when I ask questions to someone, I don't know if I'm willing to understand and receive the answer.
Oh my God. So you just want to talk, but you don't want to hear anybody else talk.
Well, I wouldn't put in those negative words. Like, I think you could phrase it a little better. Like my mind is curious about somebody to a point.
It's like your mind is, you're pretty, just don't talk. Like, let me talk at you, but I just want to look at you. I don't want to hear what you have
Maybe
to say.
that's where August gets it from.
That's exactly where she gets it from. Except she's a lot also of like, pet me with your eyes.
Yeah.
You guys are a lot more eye action as opposed to ear action.
True. And I don't know. Sometimes I close my eyes to avoid conversation.
Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, my extremely extroverted husband.
It works like a charm. You've
I-
tried it. You've done the strategy. You don't want to talk to someone, you just close your eyes.
No, I have people still talk to me. The worst part though, that's very rare. I usually am quite excited.
That's
to
when
hear
you
what
start
people-
adding the snoring.
Interesting. I'll remember the next time you are sleeping. My fact is a simple one. I take Tic Tacs and I eat them like someone who looks like they're doing a shot of like whiskey or something. I just open up the container and I just take it back, and I usually get like 4 or 5 Tic Tacs at once, and then I put it down as if to be like, bartender, another Tic Tacs.
Technically, the most efficient way to get into your body, Tic Tac.
Yeah, and just swig it back. Mind you, I chew them. Which I don't know. Maybe people, do you suck on them like a sucker? I chew them, and they're orange and they're delicious.
I try to suck on them until I feel like I want to get hungry and eat them.
Fair enough. They are delicious.
Well, that's cool. It's good to know that about you. I see it every day, so not really new to me, but yeah. Well, I think I found a really cool story, fun fact. This one's not recently. Yeah.
Okay. I want to hear about it.
So it's from 2022, i.e. last year.
Oh, wow. It's recent. To
Yeah.
me, that's recent.
Yeah. Recent events,
Yeah,
current events.
Recent to me.
So, fact, in the U.S., they shipped the first round of coins that featured the first black woman.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So they're in print now?
Yeah, I think it happened sometime last year.
Oh, wow.
But you want to guess who it was? First black woman. Yes.
Beyonce. I was like, wait a second. Who would I want? Beyonce, of course. Or like TLC, Chili. I love her. Who?
Maya Angelou. Do you know Maya Angelou?
I have no idea who Maya Angelou
so
is.
she was a celebrated and decorated writer, performer, and social activist.
Ooh.
And I don't think she's still alive, but she wrote a lot of famous quotes and
Oh,
whatnot.
I love that. Do you have any famous quotes from her?
Yeah, my favorite one of hers, it's kind of
you
long,
have
but I'll read it to you
favorite.
anyways because I think
Is that whole thing a quote?
it says, "I've learned that no matter what happens or how bad it seems today, life does go on and it will be better tomorrow. I learned that you can tell a lot about a person by the way he or she handles these 3 things: a rainy day, lost luggage, and a tangled Christmas tree lights. I've learned that regardless of your relationship with your parents, you'll miss them when they're gone from your life. I've learned that making a living is not the same as making a life. I've learned that sometimes life gives you a second chance. I learned that you shouldn't go through life with a catcher's mitt on both hands. You need to be able to throw something back. I've learned that whenever I decide something with an open heart, I usually make the right decision. I've learned that even when I have pains, I don't have to be one. I've learned that every day you should reach out and touch someone. People love a warm hug or just a friendly pat on the back. I learned that I still have a lot to learn. I learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel.
Oh my gosh. I've actually heard that multiple times throughout my life, and I just never knew who that was written by. That's wild because that's beautiful. I love pretty much everything that was said in there. And when you were talking, my jaw dropped. I was like, wait a second. So that's her. So she's on the money now? Wait.
Yeah, quarter.
I was about to say, so she's on the quarter?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, she's on the quarter. It's part of a program in the U.S. to promote more women. So there's 5 women that'll appear on U.S. quarters. Her, Native American, New Mexico suffrage movement person, I don't know, women's rights, I guess, and first Chinese American film star in Hollywood called Anna May Wong.
Wow. Hey, I mean, like it ties into the topic kind of. What's your favorite coin? I'm just saying because like quarter, I got really excited.
Like, is this part of you picking up coins all the time on the floor?
I love dimes. Dimes excite me.
I don't have a favorite. Maybe
Really?
a loonie.
Didn't you ever like play with money as a kid and you were just like, oh, this is a nice coin. It just feels good in my hands. Got a good size to it. I really like dimes. They really did. You just hit it out of the park with those.
Yeah, well, I know how much you like picking them up.
Oh, you know what? You just wash it off. It's fine.
Yeah, well, I think we had this conversation about what denomination of coin would be worth your while to pick up on the ground, and yours is a dime.
Any.
Okay, any.
You know, pennies, they don't even make them anymore. So I kind of want to pick it up for the novelty.
I don't know, man. It's $1 or more for me now. Inflation.
Wow, really? So you would just let a quarter sit there on the sidewalk and walk by it?
Yeah, nowadays I would.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
I just picked up a quarter the other day.
You can't use a quarter to pay for a phone call. Like, what's the point?
Yeah, but I could collect quarters.
I never use it either.
And then eventually I'm going to have $1. I just have to bend over 4 times.
Yeah.
Whatever, man.
Yeah.
It still brings me that excitement, you know, that childlike excitement. It's money.
Cool.
It's shiny. My inner goblin loves it. Moving on.
So, well, I was going to add, what I thought you might say for first black woman to appear on the coin. I thought you were going to say Aunt Jemima because that was what I thought.
Oh my God, it's terrible. She actually jumped into my head. I was like, ooh, Aunt Jemima. But no.
Well, you like pancakes. And
I
people
love
like
pancakes.
How would you
there's
not want...
more to her than pancakes.
But how cool it would be, you like look at your coin and one day you look at it and you're like, oh, Aunt Jemima. Pancakes.
That's more of a nostalgic thing. I'd just be like, oh, pancakes. But I'm sure there's a bunch of people who, you know, when this whole Aunt Jemima thing blew up, that people actually did proper research on it. And they're probably sitting there right now like, Tylene, that's not funny. It's not good to laugh about that. But I don't know it. So I'm just sitting here laughing because I'm just like, I love Aunt Jemima. I think she's lovely.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So in Canada, last point on this one, first black Canadian to appear on the coin, and also first minority, happened 2 years ago.
Oh my God, I didn't even know this.
It was the equivalent to Rosa Parks.
Oh, Rosa.
And
actually, Rosa did jump into my head too. I was like, is Rosa going to be on the coin?
Right? Yeah, she would be a popular one. Viola Desmond.
Oh, wait, I've heard that name
Nova
before.
Scotia.
Yeah.
Do you know the story?
I mean, it just comes to mind. So like, I know I've read about her. Like her name is 100% familiar, but I can't put her story there, which sounds like I'm full of shit right now. So go on, Michael.
That's okay. Everyone knows your memory is hit or miss.
I'm Dory.
But yeah, she was in Nova Scotia trying to watch a movie, and she, instead of a bus, which is Rosa Parks' story,
it's the movie theater,
sat in a white designated area instead of the black, and she got arrested, like Rosa Parks, and to jail for it. But yeah, so that's kind of her story. They charged her with a bunch of stuff, but eventually appeared on the $10 bill.
Oh my
so
gosh!
If you see her, then that's who's taking over.
You know what? I do remember seeing that now. I haven't used cash in so long, so it wasn't really in my head. I was like, I don't even know what it looks like. But yes, now I do remember looking at this image. I'm like, oh yeah, very cool. I'm glad that I actually have been told who she properly is now. Short summary of her story. But that's very awesome. I'm glad that we did it first. Canada 1, US 0. Well,
Yeah. Well,
or delayed.
it's not a race.
It's a competition. It's always a competition. Everything in life is a competition. You're either winning or you're losing.
If you're not first, you're last.
Yeah, that's what
Ricky
my
Bobby.
Logong taught me. Logong, you taught me that. Okay, so my good thing. Quebec man donates island to conservation efforts, turning money down from developers. This guy who immigrated from Sweden. Now, why am I saying this guy? Because, okay, his first name, badass. It's Thor. Last name has those funny Swedish accenty symbols, so I'm probably going to pronounce it terrible. Vikstrom. Sounds like our friend Victor. Victor is strong. Anyways, so Thor immigrated from Sweden to Canada, and he purchased a small island, Ilrond, with one goal in mind: to preserve and protect it for generations. This island, which is considered rare, ecologically diverse jewels, just so happens to be wedged in between two of Quebec's major urban cities, Montreal and Laval. So for decades, developers have been wanting to get their greedy little claws on it so they could put like high rises and roads and bridges and, just absolutely destroy it. So the Vikstrom family were like, no, we want to make this a safe haven for various species, specifically the map turtles. And I mean, like, turtles, that's just badass. They're deemed special concern by the Canadian government. So these turtles frequent that island on a regular basis. So they're like, no, we need to preserve the island. And yeah, they were offered like so much money from so many different developers. And Thor was like, pass. And so, yeah, he's 93 years old and he decided to donate it. It's 7 acres to the Nature Conservancy of Canada. It's a private nonprofit conservation organization. And yeah, just hoping that it's going to be protected and nothing can happen to it.
That's cool.
Right? Like, save the turtles. There's other things too, but the reason why this story stuck out to me though is because I always thought to myself, if I had stupid money. So I'm not rich, I'm not wealthy. I have stupid money where you're just doing the dumbest things with it and you don't care because you have so much of it. That is something I would do. And I don't, not that I think it's stupid, but like I would buy land and then turn it into like a protected park that is illegal to do anything else with it. That is something I would do.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And, more often than not, land sold for development. So it'd be nice to be able to buy land and turn it into conservation areas.
Right?
You never see that inverse happening.
No, it's true. You never see, you really never see the opposite. So
I wonder how people in Montreal and Quebec feel about that.
You know what? That's a good question. I wonder if people in Montreal are like, darn it. Shake of the old fist. Moving on. Let's update about the most important being in our lives. August, the cat. Our baby.
Augustina, the first of her name.
Yeah, Queen Augustina, the first of her name, who is also Employee of the Month every month.
Do you have a frame of her yet on your wall?
I don't have a frame. She's just printed out on a poster and she's put on the massage room door. And
are you going to send out a survey to all your clients and say, please choose who you think should be Employee of the Month and only have one selection, August?
Well, you want to know what? Okay, if there's just one selection, people might be like, this is spam. But if there's 2 selections and it's her and me, I'll be a mixture of sad, but also like complete understanding because everyone will choose her. I'm just going to be like, aw, except for that one person who hates cats. And then I'll never massage them again. So it's too much pressure.
So an update in August that I find very interesting is that she's fallen in love with the new couch.
Oh my God, it's so true. She's madly in love with that couch.
She uses it more than anyone else in this house.
Yeah, it's pretty much her couch. You know what? I was going to say her couch, but actually I was right what I actually said. It's her house. So technically we just bought her a new couch.
Yes.
I wonder if she'll let us sit on it.
Possibly. Sometimes when I'm lying on it, she'll come and she'll sit and just give me a look like...
The August stare.
That's where I'm sitting.
The one that pierces your soul. And you're like, I've done something wrong. I don't know what, but I'm I've done something wrong. And she's just sitting there reassuring you that, yes, in fact, you have done something wrong.
Yes, it's true. How do you think she's adapting to winter?
Well, she stopped losing hair. So shedding season is gone, and I'm so happy about that. I wish all year long I could keep the temperature inside the house freezing and just trick her little chunky body to never shed. Can we do that? Can we keep the house cold all year so that August doesn't shed?
Yes, we could. And
It might cost us, but
yes.
maybe it's worth it.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's August. Maybe it's Maybelline. And we'll move on to the last thing of the day.
Did you buy her new jewelry?
No,
how
it's
many
been a
necklaces
while.
does she have?
Oh, she's got a lot, like 15. But they're not all like bougie, like her pearl necklace. Pearl necklaces. Let's be honest, that's a plural.
Mm-hmm.
But she's got some like cute chokers from like the 90s.
Yes.
But she's got a few. And the last time I bought her a necklace was Christmas. So she hasn't got one
And you're
yet.
buying human necklaces for babies, and then you're just cutting it down for August. Like one of those cat ideas would be to
A cat business idea?
Create cat business ideas to create jewelry for pets.
Which honestly is the best decision of all time. Not just for pets. No, because I can find dog necklaces as far as the eye can see. I want to come up with like cat necklaces.
What's so specific about cat necklaces other than other pet necklaces?
Because it's never labeled other pet necklaces. It's always labeled dog necklaces. So I want to label it cat necklaces. And then people could be like, oh, I bought this for my little dog. Oh, it's a dog necklace? Well, technically it's a cat necklace, but it's for my dog. Because that's what I have to do. I have to say this is technically a dog necklace, but I put it for August, who's my cat.
Huh.
Yeah, I just want that. I want that for her. That's the battle I want to fight in this world. There's so many good battles to fight. And apparently this is the one I want.
Well.
Does August want it? It doesn't matter. That's not the point. The point is, I'm going to come up with some sweet necklaces. But I want to come up with like really pretty ones, but they still have that safety release in the back.
What is a safety release versus a regular release?
Well, I mean, if you think of regular necklaces, they just have a regular clasp. Now, the problem with cats is they want to fit into things that are often too small for them. And if their collar gets caught on something, they could actually choke. And it's like, oh no, that's, bad. So
Isn't that like survival of the fittest at that point?
Stop. So these choke-friendly collars, they have like a release on it. So if the cat pulls and tugs and it would choke them, instead it lets go and releases so the cat doesn't end up choking.
Hey, what do you think about those necklaces that give minute shock to the animal so that you don't need a leash for them, but they kind of realize that they can't go too far away?
You're a savage.
No, like isn't so? Wait, you do not think this is a good idea?
I'm not overly fond of it. I don't like being shocked.
It's better than choker necklaces where you pull it and it chokes the animal.
Well, I don't want anything to do anything like that to my I don't want my animal to get hurt, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, so you wouldn't get it.
I wouldn't get it, no.
But as a cat or a pet innovation, isn't that
I don't see why we can't find ways to do things without hurting. I just want to find a way that doesn't cause harm, Like August, no, you want to know what? August is never on her leash and harness. Well, that's the other thing too. She has a harness, so it doesn't choke her neck. It like pulls her up by her little rib cage.
I guess it's just a learning technique, right? Like once they figure out that, I need to stay near my owner, I need to heel, like these things that are good for a pet to learn easily, so you don't have to pull them with a leash every time.
Man, I wish we could talk to animals and they could talk with us. Then I wouldn't have to go over this. Then I could just be like, hey, you, come here. Come on, man. Instead of oh.
I don't know. That'd be the day they invent a way for animals to basically communicate to us. Will be the day. It'd be
which I don't even know if I want that.
Awakening.
I don't even know if I want that because August watches me get changed. I don't want her opinion. I don't want any. I don't know. There's a certain charm to animals not being able to give feedback sometimes.
That's if she actually cares about whatever you're doing rather than Mom.
Fair.
Mom.
Oh my God.
Mom.
No, see?
Mom, we're going downstairs.
Oh God.
Well, that was the movie Up, right? The dog had a collar that allowed him to communicate. It's like, squirrel, squirrel, squirrel.
What was his name? He was so sweet.
I don't know. I forget.
Feel free to tweet at me the name of the dog because I can't remember it. By the way, we have a Twitter. It's Lee's Palace. So it's Lee's _Palace. LIS_Palace.
We know between the two of us who's going to be the social media handler.
Me. Let's not even hesitate. Me. I will be it. But just so you guys know, I will read them out to Michael. So
Thank you.
We can have both input.
The only audience is right next to you.
Oh, my only audience is you in August. That's it.
What else we got?
No, that's it. That is it. I think we should just finish off with a hypothetical question. Are you ready for it?
Yes.
Okay. Hypothetical question. Me and Michael can answer, and then you guys can give us feedback too. Okay. Question. If you could turn something in real life that you have seen, witnessed, or been through, whatever you could think of, and have it turned into a movie, what would it be?
Do you have an idea?
Yeah, no, I have one. I've had one for a long time, but
Go for it.
we've talked about it before, but we always mentioned it'd probably be a better TV show than a movie. Okay, so I know mine. Mine would probably be actually better for a TV show than a movie. We've talked about it before. Everything we do with our friends, which was our friend's old unit number 1017. And it would just be all the stupid shenanigans and stupid stories that we have lived through. Very similar to It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia kind of stuff. You would just watch it and just be like, what am I watching? But it would also be kind of funny. It would kill me. I would find it funny, and that's enough for me. So yeah, just all the stupid things me and my friends get up to at night.
As opposed to in the day?
Yeah, I don't know. We've got a couple daytime fun stories, but most of our fun stories are at night.
I would love to turn my grandfather's story into a movie.
Aww.
Because I find that he had a very interesting life.
Aww.
Yeah, it'd be great to document it. You know, like
Okay, which grandpa? Mom's side, dad's side?
that side.
Okay, so dad's
Yeah,
dad.
because he went through the communist era, and then he was an artist and a playwright that got to a level of fame, and then all that went away, and he had to pivot to being a farmer. Yeah, and then the whole migration of the family to
Wait,
Canada.
I thought that was mommy's dad.
Yeah, didn't I say that?
No, you said dad's dad.
No,
It's mom's dad.
correct.
Okay. I was like, wait a second. Yeah, no, I would love to actually watch a
I'd
movie
watch
about
that
that
movie
story.
and be like, let me take notes.
Yeah, well, mom, every time mom tells me a little bit here and there about it, it's fascinating. So that would be.
I think immigrant stories are always fascinating because they always
Yeah.
sacrifice something. They always go through a big change and all seeking for a better life.
Yeah. And then they did get a better life. And that's really beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, and then we got you. Lokong.
White Paul.
So feel free to reach out to us, Twitter or however you want to, and let us know how you would, if something happened in your real life or whatever, if you could turn anything into a movie or TV show, what would it be? I would love to hear about that. Maybe we'll bring it up on the next podcast. If there's a next podcast. No, there will be. Okay. Bye.
Bye.